All right, so get this. China like just revealed this microwave weapon.
Oh, wow.
It can like fry a drone's electronics from 2 miles away.
What?
Yeah, and get this, it can do it in like less than a second.
2 miles away.
Less than a second.
Yeah, they call it the FK-4000.
The FK-4000.
Uh-huh. And it was like the biggest thing at that Zhuhai air show.
I bet.
Yeah, well, I was reading this article about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty wild stuff, I'm telling you.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, so, I mean, how about we just dive into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this FK-4000,
Right.
what makes this a potential game changer? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Well, it uses, high power microwave technology.
Like our microwave?
Yeah, HPM, they call it.
Okay.
And instead of like, missiles and explosions,
Right.
it just sends out this silent, invisible beam of energy.
No way!
Yeah, and it basically fries the circuits in the drone.
So it just
Boom, useless.
shuts it down.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it really is a game changer for air defense.
So it's like completely silent.
Yeah. Invisible.
Uh-huh.
That's like straight out of Star Wars or something.
I know, right? It's pretty sci-fi.
So the article mentioned that the antenna array on this thing,
Yeah.
it's almost 26 feet wide.
It's massive.
So I guess they were serious when they built this thing.
Oh, yeah. They mean business with this technology.
So that massive antenna,
yeah.
that just translates into like a really powerful beam.
Exactly. It can really focus that energy,
And don't forget, 2 miles.
2 miles.
That's a huge distance.
That means they can take out a drone before it even gets close to whatever it's targeting.
It's like a ray gun.
Kind of, yeah.
That's insane.
It's a powerful technology. And you know what?
What?
It shows how important drones are becoming in warfare.
That's true. You're seeing them everywhere these days.
Right. So this FK-4000 is kind of a response to that.
So it's not just about China building a cool new weapon.
No.
They're trying to get ahead of the curve.
Exactly. They're thinking about the future of warfare.
And where it's headed.
Precisely. And China is not the only one working on this HPM technology.
Really?
Yeah. The article mentioned that Norinco Group and CETC are also in the game.
So there's like an arms race going on in China?
It seems that way.
Yeah.
All these companies are trying to outdo each other.
That's pretty intense.
It is. It shows how dedicated they are to becoming a leader in military tech.
So the FK-4000 was obviously a big deal at this air show.
For sure.
But there was other stuff too, right?
Oh, yeah. Tons of other mind-blowing tech.
Like what?
Well, for example, CETC was showing off their second-generation swarm launch vehicle.
Swarm launch vehicle?
Yeah. Basically, picture this.
Okay.
It can launch like 48 drones.
48?
Yeah, 48 drones in just a few minutes.
That's crazy.
I know. And get this, each drone can fly for like 2 hours.
2 hours.
And carry over 15 pounds.
What would you even use a swarm of drones for?
Well, think about it. A swarm like that could overwhelm enemy defenses,
Okay.
act as decoys, or even deliver really precise strikes across a large area.
That sounds terrifying.
It could be pretty effective.
And they could also use them for reconnaissance, right?
Absolutely. They can gather intel in real time.
So it's like having a bunch of eyes in the sky.
Basically.
It's kind of like the battlefield is becoming like a chessboard.
Interesting analogy.
And these drones are like the pieces.
I like it.
They were also showing off some pretty impressive stealth fighters, too.
Oh, yeah. They had their J-35A on display.
The J-35A.
Uh-huh. And a whole squadron of J-20s.
Those are their top-of-the-line ones, right?
Yeah, their most advanced stealth fighters.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to know what else?
What?
They had Russia's Su-57 there, too.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that just for show, or?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they're thinking about collaborating.
China and Russia working together on stealth technology.
It's a possibility. And it could have big implications.
Especially in places where both countries have interests.
Exactly.
So then there was that Wing Lunex drone.
Ah, yes.
The anti-submarine one. Right. So is that a big deal because it's a completely Chinese design?
Exactly. They didn't base it on any foreign technology.
So they're showing off a bit.
You could say that it's a sign of their growing independence in developing military systems.
So what does this mean for, like, naval warfare?
Well, it could change things significantly. These drones could potentially disrupt trade routes.
Wow.
It's a big deal.
So we've got this crazy microwave weapon,
Right.
swarms of drones, advanced stealth fighters,
Yep.
a new Chinese-made anti-submarine drone.
It's a lot to take in.
It really is. It seems like China is really serious about becoming a military superpower.
It's hard to argue with that. They're investing heavily in these advanced technologies.
So what does all this mean for the average person?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. These technologies are so advanced, it's hard to even imagine what the future holds.
I agree. It has the potential to reshape global power dynamics, international relations, the whole thing.
And the nature of war itself.
Yeah. Exactly. We've gone from traditional warfare to the possibility of silent, invisible attacks and these huge drone swarms.
I feel like we're living in a sci-fi movie sometimes.
It's a time of rapid change and uncertainty, that's for sure.
So what do you think the long-term impact of all this will be?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But one thing is clear.
What's that?
The future of warfare will be shaped by those who can master these new technologies.
It's a lot to think about.
It is, and it's something that we all need to be paying attention to.
Well, I think we've covered a lot today.
We have.
This FK-4000 especially.
Fascinating technology, isn't it?
It really is. It makes you wonder what's next.
Who knows what they'll come up with next?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
That's the only thing we can do.
Well, thanks for breaking it all down for us.
You got it. It was a pleasure being here.
And to all our listeners out there, keep your eyes on the skies because things are changing fast.
We certainly are.
Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.
And be sure to check back for our next deep dive.
We'll see you then.
Hey!